What's up, YouTube? It's Vape Day today. What's going on, YouTube? MikeyP here. Changing it up a little bit. Instead of doing sort of my daily vlog, you know, walking the dogs or doing what I do during the day. A few of you know that I started working at a vape shop now, so vaping has become a big part of my life. I love where I work. It's amazing. It's perfect for me. It's exactly what I want to do. I'm having a great time there, and I want to share the experience with everybody. And the best part is I love introducing vaping to people that are trying to quit smoking. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a sort of a vape segment once a week, or I don't know yet, where things are kind of up in the air right now, what's going on. So I've got a few ideas happening. And I'm kind of doing things ass backwards too, because I really kind of want to start this whole vaping segment with right from the beginning, explaining things to people about how to get into vaping and what they should start with, and right up to expert level. But because I work at the vape shop, there are a few advantages. For instance, this is Sigelei's new mod that's out right now called the Sigelei Spectrum KAOS. This thing lights up the whole 9 yards. And we got it in to do some testing over the weekend, and I was fortunate enough to be able to bring it home. So I've been using it for about 3 days now, and I'm gonna go and cover that because I have to return it tomorrow, which is Monday morning. So I'm gonna kind of give you guys a look of how advanced stuff is gonna look and how I'm gonna present it. But I'm just kind of doing this as a demo for the time being to let everybody figure out how vaping works, not the whole, you know, shoot and shebang. But anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few steps back and start from the beginning, probably in my next vlog. So hang tight and I'll be right back. So we are reviewing the Sigelei Spectrum KAOS mod. This is what you get in your box. Basically, there's your front side view, barcode, some general information about it. Here's your other side. Here's your scratch and sniff for your product or confirmation that it's an official product and it's not a clone. We also have, this is something new. I wonder if a lot of people are going to start doing this, but they have a package date. So the date it was actually packaged, which looks like April 8th, 2017. These have actually were only released a couple of weeks back. So let's take that out of there. Get rid of this. So here's your box. Same sort of deal. General information on the back. I got juice on everything. So here's your front. So let's open this baby up. So you get your usual sort of, if I can get the stuff out of here, your usual sort of crap, your security code paperwork, shows you what to do, how to scratch and sniff to make sure everything is good. Your warranty card, or well, tells you where to claim your warranties. In Canada, we go through Pacific Smoke. There's one for China, the UK, Russia, France, the US. Please keep your original receipt. And it comes with your user manual. So basically, sorry about the dog. The dog like decides to sit right beside me while I'm going to do this, and she's snoring up a storm. But basically, it goes through, you get everything in English and Chinese and a whole bunch of different languages, it looks like. Zoe, stop snoring. So basically, we're going to go inside your box here. So here's your unit. That right there. Rest of your box. Here's your little side little box, and this is your, it's going to be your micro USB. Look, you see, yeah, Basically, nothing else in that box. Anything underneath? Nope. That's basically it there. So let's have an up and close look at that now. Some of this junk. So basically, takes two 18650s. The case is made of zinc alloy. It's got some sort of faux leather on the back there. It's got quite a nice feel to it. I'm sure it's just a sticker or something on there. Don't mind my GoPro light flashing on there. It actually has a full color TFT screen. Wattage, you're looking 10 to 230 watts. Temperature range 100 to 300 degrees Celsius. 200 to 570 degrees Fahrenheit. Your input voltage 6.4 to 8.4 volts. Output is 1 to 7.5 volts. Max current output is 35 amps. Your modes pretty much the same as you get across the board. Power, stainless steel, titanium, nickel, and this one actually comes with temperature control, so you get your TCR. Your resistance range is from 0.1 to 3 ohms. Charging, you use your, well, the micro USB is there. Don't recommend it if it's got any kind of battery that you can take in and out of it. Use an external charger. That USB charger port is just there for emergencies. Yeah, so try to use a charger. It does support firmware upgrades. There's nothing out right now. It's a brand new unit, but I'm sure Sigelei is going to come out with something pretty soon. So quick look here. You've got a ginormous front screen. Here you've got your up and down keys, your fire button, your power button, your micro USB port. I can't remember, it's dark, it's on the side. Good job, Sigelei. Seen a few companies put them on the bottom, and it's a real pain in the butt when you want to stand it up and charge it. Battery doors on the bottom, little slit in there for venting. Uses a 510 connection for your tank. It is spring loaded. Let me have a look here, see if I've got something. And wow, it's got a huge throw, which is pretty good. So for those few tanks that are a little finicky as far as getting them to load, that gives you a nice option there, and a nice strong spring in there. There are no grooves in this 510 connection, so you people that have tanks that use a little bit of venting on the bottom, you're out of luck there. Just grab a couple of batteries here, throw these puppies in. Inside your battery door, you've got your plus and your minus, so it shows you which way you definitely need to put your batteries in. It looks like it's gold plated. Your typical, I've got a Sigelei Fuchai 213, and you know, this reminds me so much of that. Here, we'll get to this funky connection there in a second. In the meantime, I am going to turn that light off, just because it's kind of annoying and it's going to kind of be hard to see what we're looking at here. So basically, you know what, it's about a medium-sized weight, I'd say. It's not too bad. The weight comes in at 244 grams. I've felt some heavier ones and some lighter ones. This one it's got some good weight to it. I do like it. Measurements, front to back, I'm going to say this to this is 30.4 millimeters. From here to here is 44.5 millimeters, and from bottom to top is 88.5 millimeters. Like I said before, it's very similar to my Fuchai 213. Your screen, there's no atomizer on here. It's a full color screen. That's new for Sigelei. They've come out with a couple of mods like that. So on the front here you have your up and down buttons. That changes your wattage, helps you through your settings. You've got a fire button, a nice big fire button on the side. It is a little jiggly, and that tends to bother me a lot. That drives me nuts. I like to have everything nice and solid. I don't like stuff, it just scares me that's going to fall apart. But anyways, if you use your fire and your up button, hold that shows you your preheat power adjustment. I'll explain that a little bit later. Your fire button down, fire button and the down button, hang on, I can't really reach it. It does nothing. Check atomizer. It'll probably do something when I get the AA tank on there. I don't remember offhand. Now to get into your modes, your fire button's 3 clicks. So that puts you in your power TCR mode or into your color mode. So let's see what we can cover now. Okay, you know what? Let's go into the color mode. We might as well. So you get into your color mode, you hit your fire button. You can use the up or down to scroll through your different colors. So let's pick something that's not so bright. The purple's not too bad. Once you pick your color, hit the fire button. Now you have some choices here. It will only light up when you're using it. You can turn the light off completely, or you can leave it on all the time. So I am going to hit when using. Sorry, I'm just going through my notes here. It is rated at 230 watts, but I really doubt that it gets up to there. It only uses two 18650 batteries, so the chances of that getting up there is unlikely. So let's go back. So with the fire button and the up button, that's your power. You know what? Let me throw a tank on here real quick. That's messing me up. I'm going to throw a Aspire Cleto tank on here. It's just a regular Cleto. It's not the 120. And this puppy is 0.2 ohms. Okay, so getting back to what we were doing. 3 clicks into your power TCR mode. So you can scroll through there. Your power, stainless steel, titanium, nickel, and then into your TCR mode. So I'm going to leave it in power for the time being. You know what? They've covered pretty much up. Let's go topside, and I'll do a few vapes on this, and we'll go from there. So we are topside. So here we have it. Just to give you a better look at things and how they work. Hit that fire button and you get those fancy nice light shows with this thing. This is a 22 millimeter tank, so you can see there is a ton of room on the top of this thing. So if you want to start getting into your 25 millimeter tanks, you'll have lots of room. 30 mil, the front of it, as you can see, there's not a lot of room right there. So I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to get a 30 mil on there because you're going to have some massive hangover on that. So let's vape this thing. Like I said, this has got a 0.2 coil in it, and I'm vaping it at 50 watts. Like I'm still really new at this, so that is kind of low for me. That's not even getting warm at all yet. It's a nice cool vape. So I'm going to vamp this up a little bit. Let's try 65 watts. That's about the limit of this coil, I believe. No, I can hit 70 watts on that, so let's give this a try at 70. I've got a dripper here that I can crank up a little bit more too, so we'll give that a shot. So this is at 70 watts. Lots of cloud production. Flavor is awesome. That's those Cleto tanks. They work amazing. You can get into the temperature control coils, which I'm just sort of breaking into right now. So right now it's pretty good. I want to try a dripper. Now this is rated up to 230 watts. there's no way in heck that that's going to hit 230 watts. There's no way for me to check that. I have checked a couple of other reviewers online, and nobody seems to have the equipment yet, but there are a few people out there that do have the equipment, so they'll get a more accurate reading. And I just shot juice everywhere. This is I call this swamp juice. So basically that little bit of juice that you do tend to get at the bottom of your bottle when you're sort of finished with that bottle. I take all of it and I squeeze it all into this sort of empty bottle that I've got. And it's all mixed flavors. It actually doesn't taste half bad. I'm surprised. You know, that's me. I'm cheap. So I'm going to crank this baby up to, let's say, 95 watts. I've got, this was my first build. And I have a 6-wrap 24 gauge Canthal in there. And it's hitting about 0.33 ohms, so it's not bad. So this is 90 watts. Sorry, 95 watts. It's getting a little warm, which is about my limit right now before I sort of kill my throat. But this has definitely got lots of room to grow on a person, especially the guys that are really into sub-ohming or sub-vaping and getting into those higher wattage, 150, 180. I'm not quite there yet, but looking back at this unit, this is my Fuchai 213, which is also by Sigelei, and you can see they are pretty close in size. The market is tending to go that way now. They're getting smaller. They're not these big, huge. I mean, do-it-yourself kits, yes. I mean, I'd like to get something a little bit bigger. I want to eventually get into my own kit, but this sort of style's got a really good feel. A lot of companies are going to this style of sort of shape, I should say. They're starting to get a little bit more compact again. They kind of got crazy there for a while, but yeah, it's nice. It's got a little bit of faux leather on the back there. Just helps out with your grip. It all depends on how you enjoy it. I like to hold it this way with using my forefinger as my fire button. Tons of vapor. This is Wotofo Addy 3. It's a couple of years old, but like I said, I'm just getting into it. I've been buying a few things used just to sort of work my way up to the everyday stuff that's on the market now. I didn't want to jump into that because it's advanced so much in the last couple of years. So I figure I'll start with this kind of stuff and go from there. Some pros and cons with this thing. And I lost my list. It's here somewhere. Sorry, guys. Alrighty. Okay. One of the big things that really bothers me is this scroll. I don't know if you can see that. It's actually really, really slow compared to some of the other stuff on the market. It seems to take forever. Once you get into the triple digits and get away from these 0.1s and 0.2s and all that stuff, it does get quicker. But especially when you're in temperature control, you're waiting forever. But other than that, and this color thing, I mean, I'll take you into that setting as well. So we're going to go back into color mode. And it shows you basically all the different colors. I mean, these are fairly bright. I mean, especially at nighttime. I went to go pick up Kay at work the other night, and this thing was lighting up the car like you wouldn't believe. I actually had to shut it off because it was blinding me. It's so bright. I mean, if they toned it down a little bit, it wouldn't be so bad. But you do have that option there where you see you can, oh, sorry about that. Back down to color mode, pick your color, so you can, it'll only light up when you're using it. You can have it always on or light off. So at night I tend to just shut it off, but you know, it's kind of gimmicky if you ask me, but it's all what you're into. And you know, if that's something that you like the LED sort of stuff, and you know, You know, it reminds me of a rave back in the 90s and the late 80s there. But you know, I'm almost 50, so you know, to me, it's kind of gimmicky. Pros with this thing: messing around with it the last couple days, messing around with temperature control. Blah, you know what's going on there. It's really solid. Like I said at the beginning of this, my new subscribers, they probably don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I'll get into that later, but my followers that do know about temperature control, it's great. In wattage mode, like I said, I'm about the 95 watt range right now. I did crank it up to about 130 to try it out, and I just about killed myself. So it's nice and hot, and we're still not even to the end of what it's capable of. The feel is great. Like I said, it's like my Fuchai 213. It feels good in my hand. It's got a nice weight to it. You feel like you've got a piece of metal in your hand. It's not plastic. Doesn't feel plasticky or cheap or anything like that. It's a great vape. It runs on two 18650 batteries, and I've got full days out of this thing with full charge on those batteries. No problem at all. I had juice left over at the end of the day. There is a new chipset in here. There has to be, compared to the 213. It's pretty close to it, but they have made some improvements on it. They've got their temperature control all sorted out finally. It's working great. Now, if we had a tornado and it wiped out the entire house and took all my vaping stuff away, would I go out and buy this again? 50-50. Like I said, there's quite a few that are pretty much do the same sort of deal. It wouldn't be my first thing that I'd go out and grab, but I would definitely consider getting it again. This bezel here, I mean, if they could do something with that, maybe tint it a little bit so the LEDs aren't quite as bright, it would be great. Price wise on these things, I was on the web today and I was surfing around. They were on pre-order, but they are now, like I said, they've been out for about a week, 10 days. US, you're looking at about $55. I found them in the UK for about 55 to 59 pounds. I couldn't find anybody local that's selling this yet, but I'm going to say it's probably going to be around the $89 mark. That's just me guessing. What I think Sigelei did is this was their answer to the smoke alien kit. It almost looks the same sort of features, so it's probably going to be in that price range again. So anyways, overall, you know, this thing gets a thumbs up. I was happy with it all weekend. I'm sad to see it go, but someone else is going to give it a go for a while. So I think I'm going to call it here today. It was a lot of fun with this thing on the weekend, and you know, please like, comment, share. Go to my YouTube channel. I do post this on my Twitter and my Facebook, and a lot of people tend to like it there. But if you could go to YouTube, watch it there, give me a thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. That would really help me out a lot. So like I said, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and remember, always rock on.